What is up, PrayTube Nation? Back with another video. So today we are going to look at the real World Cup and we're going to do some match predictions. And then after every week of the World Cup, like this is week 1, we're going to do our match analysis and go over game recaps. So let's start with Brazil and Serbia. Serbia does have a pretty good team, but like Brazil has Gabriel Jesus and Neymar up there, and then they have Allison and Aderson as goalkeeper. So there's no chance that Serbia can beat Brazil. Serbia is going to lose to Brazil. Portugal and Ghana. Well, Ghana does have a pretty good team, but Portugal has like Bernardo Silva. They have Ronaldo, who I know you guys want to see. They have Ruben Diaz. They have Joao Cancelo. Really good all-around team. Portugal is gonna beat Ghana. Uruguay and South Korea. This will be a close one. South Korea's got Son. Uruguay has like Suarez, and Uruguay has some good players, but I think this match comes out in a draw. Uruguay and South Korea both tie. They both will get 1 point. The next one we have is Switzerland, Cameroon. I predict Cameroon to win this one. Switzerland is a really good team. Don't get me wrong. They have some really good players. But Cameroon has like Matip, and they don't have a lot of really good players, but they have a strong overall team, and I predict them to beat Switzerland. We have Belgium and Canada. I predict Belgium to win. They have one of the top teams with Lukaku, De Bruyne, Courtois. Canada's okay with Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David, but they're no match compared to De Bruyne, Lukaku, and Courtois is like the best goalkeeper, and like he's like one of the best goalkeepers in all of soccer. So yeah, I predict Belgium to win. Now we got Spain and Costa Rica. Costa Rica does have a good goalkeeper in Keylor Navas, and Spain is like just barely a contender for the World Cup trophy. But Costa Rica's not really good. They don't have a bunch of attacks. Spain's got some pretty good players. I predict Spain to win this one. Germany and Japan. Japan is pretty good, but they're no match for Germany, who's got like Sane and like Germany like has a really good all-around team, and they've got some good attackers, defenders, midfielders, and Japan just can't match them. Morocco and Croatia. I predict Croatia to win this one. Croatia's got a really good team with Modric. Morocco has Hakimi and Ziyech, but they're just no match for Croatia, who's like one of the best teams. Like they qualified from Europe over like Norway, and like Holland's really good, and like Croatia's gonna win that one. France and Australia. Australia's a good team, but France is the one who's going to win the World Cup. I predict France to win the World Cup because they've got Benzema and they've got Mbappe up there. And then they've got Griezmann, and they've got some really good defense. And France is going to win the World Cup. France is going to beat Australia. Poland and Mexico. This game's going to be close. Poland's got Lewandowski, but Mexico's got like a pretty good all-around team with Jimenez and Herrera. So I predict this match to draw. Mexico and Poland are going to tie. So now we have Denmark and Tunisia. Denmark has Schmeichel, and Tunisia has like no players that like I can name. So I'm going to predict Denmark to win this one, because Tunisia is just a horrible team, and they have like no players who I can really name, and like they're not like really good, and Denmark is good. So Denmark's going to win that one. Argentina and Saudi Arabia. I predict Argentina to beat Saudi Arabia because Argentina has like Messi and Di Maria, and those are like two of like the best players, and Saudi Arabia has like doesn't have players that I can name, and Argentina is going to beat Saudi Arabia. Now, USA and Wales. I know you guys all want to see USA, but if one team wins this game, it's pretty much going to decide who goes to the knockouts. Because England's going to go to the knockouts, and Iran is not going to go to the knockouts, so this game matters. But I predict this game to tie because these are two pretty even teams. Senegal and Netherlands. I predict the Netherlands to win because even though Senegal has like Mane, the Netherlands have Van Dijk at defense, who's like unstoppable. But the Netherlands don't have a good goalkeeper, which if Mane can penetrate their defense, they could get onto the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper might not make some quality saves. England and Iran. I predict England to beat Iran because England is like one of the top teams, and Iran, Taremi is their best player, and he's not even that good. So yeah, England's gonna beat Iran. I predict England to win by a lot against Iran. And our final game is Qatar versus Ecuador. I predict Ecuador to win this game, even though these are two teams that I can't really name any players on. But Qatar wouldn't have qualified for the World Cup if they didn't host it. So Ecuador is going to win this because Ecuador qualified for the World Cup in South America, which is a pretty hard place to qualify for the World Cup. And yeah, that is it for today. Next week, we'll report back to you with game analyses, and TreyTube signing out.